Hello everyone, this is the operation research subject and the course code of this subject is ME405. Here present time unit number, third year running and lecture number 17. And today I will discuss about the topic decision making process, and this is a unit number third. In the unit number third, this is a lecture number 1 for the unit number 1, but in the course series this is a lecture number 17. And for my introduction, myself Rahul Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur. And for the decision making and decision making process plays a very important role in this operation research subject, and the optimization of this process and different kinds of transportation and other type of activity involved with it. And this design thinking is a design methodology that provides a solution based approach for solving the problem, and it's extremely useful in tackling complex problems that are ill defined or unknown. Means with the help of decision making process we give the solution of unknown problems, and which the help of decision making process we understand the human needs involved by reframing the people in human centric ways, and by creating many ideas with the help of brainstorming process and adopting a hands-on approach in prototyping and testing. And this type of decision taken by the higher management and taken by the supervisor, this type of solutions include in this chapter. So let's start for the objectives of this chapter. Here these are the different types of objectives related to the operation research problem. And for this, for the end of the lecture, student able to understand about the determination of decision making for organization level or for the lower worker level, and you can understand the process of fishbone analysis and how to apply the fishbone analysis in the organization, and how much is suitable for any organization, and understand the problem solving techniques and how to solve the different types of problem, and because these problem related to the newly work, right? And this problem created by the worker or the problem created by the machine, and then what will be the decision for this problem. This is depend on your choice and your thinking, and some person of the brainstorming also. And this so here I will discuss the introduction to problem solving and decision making process. And first I will give the introduction about the problem solving processes, and then decision making process. Means if any problem it will come, and what will be the decision for this solve this problem. So move to the next step. This is the different type of problem introduction which is solved by the decision making process. First is problem solving approach, and this is a approach which creates the gap between the way of things are made and the way they thought to be, and it is focused on the past activity. This problem solving techniques usually focus on the past activity, and this is a three types of past activity. First one is usually analytical, second is operational, and third is done at the lower level, and the problem, what the problem is here? A present unsatisfactory state that needs to be changed to a desired state as soon as possible. Means any person wants something, but you will give only you or we can say that you can present only of the maximum capacity, but some person desire is more, so you did not fulfill the desire of that person. So this is the problem, right? And this problem solved by the different decision making process. So here some deviation from the expected standard which prevent the achievement of objective, objectives, and for this objective, achieve the objective. Suppose you are working in any organization, this organization gives some task, means some task assigned for you, but you did not fulfill the demand of the organization, so you create say one problem. So what type of what will be the decision for you? This is depend on the organization structure, because you are doing best, but you did not fulfill the demand of the organization. So this is the main motto of this decision making process. So decision making process, which is very helpful to command the people and create some environment in the working work culture, and decision making for the decision making techniques. If I am talking about the person here, some person are the problem solver person, but some person are always he creates problem regarding this decision, right? So if you want say something, then he did not listen your ideas. He always create problem related your ideas and related your speeches and related your work also. So here is problem solving techniques is give a one tool, or it gives a one way to solve the problem, right? So the main purpose of this study is to solve the problem, right? So move to the next step. These are the part of the introduction to problem solving and decision making process, and here is some decision making process are given, and the decision making process, it is a broader concept. This means decision process, this is not a simple thing, this is a very tough process for taking decision for any organization or any one person, right? And it is the act of making a choice between two or more options. But this is a good line, because decision making process creates a choices, because you have a 3 number of choices. So and these choices depend on your thinking, right? Some this is good and this is not good, this is good or not good, this is depend on your thinking. So your decision is good only for our but this decision sometimes is harmful and sometimes is very good, and this also, and all types of decision focused on the future activities, and these future activities depend on the often creative, and these are the directional and the done at the senior levels. Means all decision making process completed by this only senior level person. And here is problem solving is these are the some for problem solving techniques, and this is the one technique for the problem solving is part of decision making. Here the part of the decision making means one problem is divided into the different subset of this problem, different sub problems, and then you first give the decision of first problem and second, third and fourth. So you can divided this problem into a parts, right? A subset of decision making. Subset of decision making means you can create a big problem into a, and this problem is split into a part of this, and you create and you creates a decision for the small problems here, right? And second thing is here problem solving techniques. Here is the second thing is problem solving techniques. So here different types of problems occurs in your workplace, because you go to any workplace, so different types of problems created by the different types of persons, and this problem abound in every workplace due to various issues such as the need to. So means some for this good thinking you did not expect from any one person regarding your health or any other types of inquiries, right? And the problem around in every workplace due to various issues such as these are the such issues just like as it collaborate and work with various types of peoples. Means you can do work with various types of people. Some peoples are very good in nature, and some people are very jealous nature. So but you want to do work in this place, right? And some irritating peoples always creates problem. If you do any good thing, in this good thing he finds the mistakes, he finds only mistakes. So this type of people very irritating and in the workplace. So you create some distance that type of persons. And some is here it meets target and deadline. This is the second problem. This is the problem related to your work, because today your higher authority assigns some work. Means you will complete this work within 10 days, but so here target is here completion of this work within 10 days, and 10 days is the deadline of the work, right? So if you are good worker, so you cannot miss your target, and if your target is finished, then your good deadline is also finished. And for this purpose you will achieve the target within deadline. If you will achieve the target within deadline, then no problem is created. Otherwise many type of problem is created regarding your work and your culture also. And work within tight budgets, and some organization expend only 2 rupees, expend only some amount, but he wants like as a means inside a one umbrella different types of task you will do here. So this is a problem regarding work within a tight budget, right? And this gain the endorsement and prize of the supervisor. This is the problem created by the supervisor, or this can be problem, it will happen by the workers also, and sometimes the supervisor and worker tuning is not good, so it will create always create the problem to problem. Here it works within the norms and culture of the organization. So just follow this line. If you did not create any problem, you always do work within the norms and culture of the organization. So if you will do work with the norms and culture of the organization, then you you will not create any problem of this workplace. So this is the different types of problem associated with the workplace, and some peoples are very easy to handle this problem, are very easy to handle this type of problem, and some people very stressed for that case. So this is depend on the person to person, right? Here the types of the problem encountered at the workplace. So these are the some problems are created by the workplace, and the means many kinds of problem created by the workplace. Thus here are some points regarding this problem is given here. First is there are the specific problem which are common to every workplace. Means this is not problem for a single workplace. This is for the every workplace, because workplace are human institutions, right? And human beings are the same everywhere. So all types of person present in all organization. So you make a distance or make a some logical thing behind it. So these problems are, first is communication problem, right? Second is attitude problem. This is a very big problem, because any new employee suffer this type of problem, attitude problem, and the old employee always creating some attitude like this. And the third is here interpersonal challenges between supervisor and subordinate or among your subordinate. So these are the personal challenges between the manager to supervisor, supervisor to worker, and worker to lower worker also. This is the one means challenging task. This is a very challenging task to make a relation between the higher management to manager, manager to supervisor, supervisor to worker. Always this type of person always creating a numerous type of activity with the by the help of work culture or any other types of activity. And the last stage here, poor performance and harassment. This is the last point of harassment. And most of the IT companies and the mechanical industries and some other people type of working culture, always harassment is present in every place. So this is a very typical problem regarding the harassment of these people. And these are the problems are encountered at the workplace. There are another set of problems that are peculiar to an organization for various reasons. For examples, as a result of this is the it can create policies that are unique to your workplace. For the any worker did not create any more problem So make a one type of policy by the higher management, and this policy obey the all type of persons, and process that should be followed for various work related issues, and the type of clients the organization provides service to, and the other constraints at work, that is inadequate resources, equipment, etc. Right? And here the list of the some unique problems you face as a supervisor in the workplace, and this is the some problem faced by the supervisor. This is always given in the next slide. So these are the some problems. How do you presently resolve such problem, and do you take any specific steps, or you approach this problem randomly depending on your mood or the person, people causing the problem? If you do, what are these steps? Have you observed how your subordinate respond to your approach to solving the problem? Means any manager solve this problem, and for this solution of this problem, what type of interaction by the lower employees, and what has been your success rate so far. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the least and 10 is the highest, rate yourself on how effective you have been at resolving problem. So you create 7 success rate, and for the success rate the scale is you will form by a scale, and this is the scale when the ratio of 1:10 is here. So 1 is the very poor performance worker and the 10 is the very good performer worker. So with this 1 being the least and the 10 the highest, rate yourself on how effective you have been at resolving problems. So this is the problem resolving techniques with the help of scaling method, right? And these are the approach related to the problem solving techniques. And to effective solve problem at the workplace, it is the important to keep the following mind. And for this problem are not, some problem are not manageable problem, and when they are conceived in large global terms, and in this case everything is going wrong, he will never change and there is no hope, etc. And you need to establish and obtain relevant facts, and problems should not be allowed to longer. For the addressing issues as they occur is a much strategy than waiting for things to get better and work themselves out. And these are the approaches to the problem solving. And design of this decision thinking for this process: first is imaging, defining, indenting, prototyping, and then testing for this case. And the problem should be allowed to longer, means sorry to say that problem should not be allowed to longer, means the longer problem should not allowed for this case. And here is addressing issues as they occur is much strategy than waiting for things to get better and work themselves out. So these are the some approach related to the problem solving. So go to the next slide. This is the practice fairness in solving problem and approach to problem solving. First you command and criticize the team, and this is a practice of the fairness to solving problem. And first you command and criticize the team where relevant, not the players. And and establish a culture of fairness in the decisions you make and the action you take. If there is any punishment required, so you will give punish, but this punishment is not more, and this is not too lenient, so you will give suitable punishment for this process, right? So this is the one problem solving approach. This is a problem solving model. For this a good problem solving model, this is given the 3 steps. First is recognize that there is a problem and define it. First you recognize the problem. For the recognize the problem, you ask who is the causing it and who does it affect, what are the visible signs of a problem, and when did it occur, and where does it occur, have an impact, and why did it occur, and how should the ideal situation to be. Ideal situation be an analysis of past solution, and you collect the altogether information, and you always analyze the information, and analysis of past solution also, analysis of the past solution. So you will provide the different types of solution regarding this problem approach, right? So this is the first problem solving techniques, and this is the first problem solving techniques by the problem solving model. These are the 3 most cases of this problem solving techniques. So first you identify the problem, then you go to the develop solution and choose the best possible solution for this problem. So for this purpose you identify all the features of an ideal solution and including the condition it has to satisfy, and for this purpose eliminate the solution which do not conditions requirements, and assess the risk associated with the best solution, and decide to implement this solution, and if implement the solution, if this task is completed, then you will go to the implement the solution. This is the you have created one solution for this problem solving techniques, then you implement this solution and then evaluate the solution. For the evaluate the solution, review the ultimate section of the success of the action. So these kinds of approach for the problem solving techniques you have adopted here. These are the 2 facts related to the importance of understanding and using a model is that solution will be the result of fact analysis rather than the opinion and feeling. If your solution is good, then your employees is happy. If your solution is not good, then then this solution creates any difficulty regarding this solution. So employee is not happy for this case. But the main problem is here the 2 things are given. One is identification of the real problem is extremely important, and if the wrong case of the solution for that cause is selected, the problem will be still be there. If solution is not good, then this solution will not accept by the workers and other people. So the problem is always present. So we move to the next solution, and this solution is called the, or next analysis is called the fishbone analysis, and this is given in this next slide. This fishbone analysis for the any industry or organization, this creates a one visualization tool for categorizing the potential cause of a problem, and this tool is used in order to identify the problem root causes, and this is called SCAVA diagram by this because this fishbone analysis was developed by the Dr. Karu Ishikawa, a Japan quality control satisfaction statistician, also referred to as a SCAVA diagram or a cause and effect diagram. And this is SCAVA, a Japan quality control statistician, and also referred to as a SCAVA diagram or a cause and effect diagram. And fishbone diagram is of great value is assisting teams in categorizing the many potential causes of the problem or issues in a systematic way and helps identify root causes. And this type of diagram typically used for root and cause analysis, and each fishbone diagram combines the practice of brainstorming and with a type of mind map temple, and it should be efficient as a test case techniques to determine cause and effect. And we can say that a fishbone diagram is always useful in product development and troubleshooting problem, typically used to focus a conversation around a problem. And fishbone diagram is this is a one type of analysis tool which provide the systematic way of understanding the problem and splits into the problem different parts, and the design of the diagram looks like as a skeleton of a fish, hence it is referred to as a fishbone diagram. And this diagram, invented by a Dr. Kosuke Ishikawa, a Japan quality control expert, is credited with inventing the fishbone diagram to help employees avoid solution that nearly addresses the symptoms of much larger problem. And fishbone diagram also are considered one of the 7 basic quality tools and are used in the analyze phase of Six Sigma or the DMAIC method. And this is the DMAIC is the defense, measure, analyze, improve and control approach to problem solving. And fishbone diagram are also called a cause and effect diagram, or SCAVA diagram. And then move to the for the fishbone analysis. It can run a part of brainstorming session, and the central problem is visualized as a head of the fish. Means one is the main problem is visualized as a head of the fish with the skeleton divided into branches. Showing contributing causes of different parts of the problem, and it is used when some problem is created These problem related to the, you need to study a problem to determine the root cause, and you want to study all the possible reasons why a process is having difficulties or problems, and to study why a process is not performing properly and are producing the expected result. So this type of fishbone analysis is very important for that case, right? So, and how this is used in the fishbone analysis. This is the example of 6M. For this fishbone diagram are typically made during a team meeting and drawn on the flip chart or whiteboard. Once a problem that needs the studies further is identified, teams can take following steps to create this diagram. Here there is some example here. First one is 6M. 6M shows the method, machine, material, manpower, measurement and the management. And the second problem is here 4Ps. 4Ps means place, procedure, people, policies, and the 4S surroundings, suppliers, systems and skill. And label each bone with one of these categories, and for each category try to identify factors that account for the problem in each categories, and continue asking why is this happening, and put additional factors, right? For the head of the fish is created by listing the problem in a statement of format and drawing a box around it, and a horizontal arrow is then drawn across the page with an arrow pointing to the head, and this acts as a backbone of the fish. Then at least 4 overreaching causes are identified that might contribute to the problem, and some generic categories to start may includes method, skill, equipment, people, material, environment or measurement for this case. And these causes are drawn to branch from the spine with narrows and making the first bones of the fish. So just you see the skeleton of the fish here. This is the skeleton of this fishbone diagram, and this is the analysis of fishbone analysis diagram for 6M. 6M means man, machine, management, method, material and measurement. And name of your problem, the main problem for this your organization is right in here, and the cause of this problem is here, name of your cause here, right here, right? So this kind of work you will do for the 6M diagram. So this is the next slide for the fishbone analysis. Here this is the example of some late working people, some late for work people, and this is a problem related to the main sub problem is here people, method, measurement, machine, environment and material. And these people belongs to the children, demotivated, tired, lazy, coffee machine, car, train, alarm clock. And the method is here alarm clock, walking time, route to work, distance to work. And environment is here traffic jam, fog, rain, holiday. Materials, food, clothes, petrol, electricity. And measurement is here bonus, clocking in incentive and late for school. So these are different types of fishbone analysis here. Then move to the next step for this problem. This is the fishbone analysis. First you think why that is happening, means why this is creating and why this is analyzing this diagram, and analyze the result of the fishbone analyzing the result of the fishbone after you and your team members agree that an adequate amount of detail has been provided under each major category, and do this by looking for those items that appears in more than one category, and those becomes the most likely causes. For those items identified as the most likely causes, and then they should be reaches consensus on listening those items in priority order, with the first items being the most probable cause. And by the use of fishbone diagram you can solve these examples. So this is the example of one 6M problem. Then you go to the MCQ problem of this lecture. This is the second section of this lecture, and the question problem is here: what aims and optimizes inventory levels? So the four answer is given here. First one is inventory control, inventory capacity, inventory planning, and none of the above. So what will be the right answer for this question is here? So here inventory planning is the right answer for this question. So C is the correct answer. And then move to the next question, and question number, this is the next question for this question is here: what can be defined as a useful ideal resource and which has economic value? Example: raw material, spare parts, and finished item, etc. And this is the A part is here inventory control, B is inventory, C inventory planning, and D is none of the above. So the correct answer for this question is here B. B is the inventory planning, right? Which theory concern making sound decisions under condition of certainty, risk, and uncertainty? So the four option is given here. First one is game theory, network analysis, decision theory, none of the above. So the correct answer for this problem is here C. C is the correct answer. This is the decision theory is the correct answer for this problem. Then move to the next problem, problem number 4. Key concept under which technique or network of events and activities, resource allocation, time and cost consideration, a network path and critical path. This is the game theory, network analysis, decision theory, none of the above. So the B is the correct answer. This is the network analysis, and correct answer for this question is B. Then move to the next question number. Which technique is used to imitate an operation period to actual performance? This is the simulation, integrated production models. C option is here inventory control. D is game theory. So the correct answer for this problem is here A. A is the simulation for this problem. So A is the correct answer. And then move to the next question, question number 6. What is concerned with the prediction of replacement cost and determination of the most economic replacement policy? Search theory, theory of replacement, probabilistic programming, and none of the above. So B is the theory of replacement. So B is the correct answer for this question is here, right? So the MCQ problem number 7. What refers to linear programming that include an evaluation of relative risk and uncertainties in various alternative of choice for management decision? So the correct answer for this problem is probabilistic programming and statistic programming, both are right. So the correct answer is C. C is the correct answer, both A and B problem. What enables us to determine the earliest and latest time for each of the event and activities, and thereby helps in the identification of the critical path? This is the program evaluation, review technique part, both A and B, and deployment of resources. So the correct answer is here both A and B. C is the correct answer for this problem. 9 number question. Linear programming techniques is used to allocate scarce resources in an optimum manner in problem of scheduling, product mix, servicing cost, and both A and B. So the correct answer of this question is here both A and B. C is the correct answer of this question. Then move to the last question. Last question is question number 10. For the 10th question, operation start techniques helps the directing authority in optimum allocation of various limited resources such as man and machine, money, material, and time. So the correct answer of this question is here all of the above. D is the right answer for this problem. Then go to the next references of this lecture. These are the different kinds of references which are used in this lecture. So go through it for the references. Then thank you for this lecture, for your kind attention for the whole lecture, and thank you all of you.